How's it going, laser boosters? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Quantum Suicide. It's time for us to work our way down this last major path here in the girls' timelines. We need to jump into bidding wars here, and we need to try and lose, I believe, and then we'll be on this path, which will take us a couple of episodes probably to get through, and then hopefully we'll have all 5 words to start unlocking these overrides. But we'll see what happens. I'll bring you back once we lose the bidding wars, I guess. Alright, what's the easiest way to lose? Let's go 1-3-3-3.
Everyone supports our team captain.
Yes.
That seems like an easy one. And then we'll go 4-2-2-2.
Thank you for your and
Who won that one?
Please, Dine.
team.
You're gonna hit those low numbers. Gonna hit those low numbers, you know? Let's go 0-3-3-4.
Congratulations, Team B. After
Piece
3
of cake.
rounds,
See, I can lose that, no
come
problem.
out victorious. And that means Team A, you lose. Congrats!
Thanks.
And the lucky winner of the wheel is Nicholas. Well, now, that's a shame. The average hotness of this crew is about to take a major dive.
Nicholas, I'm sorry. We didn't do it on purpose. We didn't choose you.
I know. The points fell this way.
Wait, you're so calm about this.
I could see my score as we went. I guess I was prepared for this.
And to be honest with you, without my sister, I would...
Sorry, Nikki. No, wait. Not sorry. The other thing. Excited! Let's spin the wheel!
Is that the antonym of sorry? Is that the opposite? Di's colourful glowing wheel of death appeared beside her, lights flashing.
So, Nicholas, tell the audience, what kind of death are you hoping for today?
I'm not answering that. You'll stop the wheel on the opposite.
Are you implying that the wheel of death is rigged? How dare you, sir?
It's not real. Of course you control it.
I have never been so insulted. You don't trust the wheel? Fine. I choose for you. To the medical bay.
Come on. We'd better do what she says.
We've seen this one, haven't we? If we've seen this one, I will cut here. And if we haven't, then we'll keep going. Alrighty, well, it was the desanguination thing. We took his blood out. So yeah, we've been there. We've done that. Well, let's move on. I knew Nicholas chose to die, but I was still pretty shaken. I'd promised Beatrix that I'd protect her little brother, and yet I was still here and he wasn't. I was the leader. I should have kept my team members alive. I rolled over and silently cried into my pillow. Nicholas's blood was on my hands and I felt 100% responsible. I was losing the motivation to continue living, let alone get out of bed. We're all gonna die anyway, so why bother?
Right? It would be so much easier if we were all dead too.
What the hell? Yoshiki? I sat up in my bed and squinted into the dimly lit room. I couldn't see Yoshiki, or even a faint outline of him. Where could his voice coming from?
Hey, bestie. Down here.
I craned my head over the side of the bed and saw him lying on the floor next to my bed, complete with his own pillow and blanket. Yoshiki, what are you doing down there?
I didn't want to sleep alone last night. So after everyone went to bed, I snuck in.
How did you sneak in? My door lock's behind me.
Oh, that. I pulled in a favor.
Stop that crazy face. Stop making the crazy eyes at me. A favor from the captain?
Bingo!
What blatant disrespect for my privacy. And from her, of all people.
Aw, don't be angry, bestie. We're best friends, so there's no need for you to hide anything from me.
Normally I'd roll my eyes at such a comment, but I could see that Yoshiki legitimately felt close enough to me that there was no need for privacy between us anymore. It was cute, in a childish kind of way. So why'd you sneak into my room? Why not someone else's? I could see Yoshiki welling up, his face flushed with a light pink and his eyes shimmering like a sad puppy.
Would you have rather I ended up in someone else's room?
Kinda. Yes. Yoshiki tried to hide his devastation, but his tears were a dead giveaway. You know where I'd rather you be. Yoshiki was unable to respond, but I saw I had his interest. In my bed rather than on the floor. Best friends always share a bed. The tears disappeared from his cheeks in an instant. Yoshiki leapt to his feet, pillow and blanket in hand.
Are you sure, bestie?
100%.
This day is just getting better and better!
Yoshiki bounced, even though Nicholas just died. Yoshiki bounced over to me and immediately made himself a little nest in my sheets. He rolled himself up inside his blanket, peering out at me from within.
Look! I'm a burrito!
The best tasting burrito ever.
Beef and cheese?
Definitely not, Yoshiki. Yoshiki grinned uncontrollably as he closed his eyes.
Good night, bestie.
Good night, Yoshiki. My lingering feeling of hopelessness melted as I gazed upon Yoshiki's naive and innocent face. I knew that I still had a reason to live, to get up in the morning. I felt myself smiling just as broadly as sleep took me. Coffee.
Oh, what do we have here?
I opened my eyes to find Dai standing next to the bed, smiling mischievously. I tried to sit up, but realizing that Yoshiki's arm was wrapped tightly around me. I promise this isn't what it looks like.
What? Huh?
Yoshiki stared next to me, drawing me in closer as he did.
Girl, please. We all have needs to be fulfilled.
Die?
Good morning, Yoshiki. You fox, you.
Fox? I'm not a fox.
Aren't you?
Dai winked playfully at Yoshiki. Yoshiki let go of me and sat up.
If I could choose anything, I would be a capybara.
No, I'd be a dragon. A what?
It's like a guinea pig the size of a dog.
What's so special about a capybara?
Capybaras are friends with everyone. I want to be friends with everyone.
Even me?
Of course.
And they like hanging out in hot pools, don't they?
Aww. It seriously bums me out when I think about killing you.
Well, you could just not kill me.
That isn't really fair to the others, though, is it?
Not really. Yoshiki was lost deep in thought for a moment.
You're right. It wouldn't be fair.
I'm glad you agree. And with that, I need you two lovebirds to get yourselves to the dining hall for the new game explanation.
I told you, I'm not a lovebird. I'm a capybara.
Okay. You rats get to the dining hall
giant
before I
rats.
murder you both.
Yay! Coming!
Sometimes I wonder what went on inside Yoshiki's head. It seemed like a magical place. Dai vanished, after which we threw off the blankets and made our way to the dining hall. Outside my quarters, we bumped into a distressed-looking Katashi.
Good morning.
Just another day in paradise, eh?
This is the Everett, silly.
Katashi sighed. I saw he was in no mood for Yoshiki's antics right now.
Let's get this over with.
We arrived to find we were the last ones there.
I'm impressed.
Huh? Dai made eyes towards Katashi and made a highly suggestive face. It's not what you think.
All power to your sister.
I rolled my eyes. Dai was clearly not interested in the truth.
Dai, what is the meaning of this?
Well, I was on my merry way to fetch...
It's nothing, Captain. She's just making up gossip.
I do not have time for gossip.
But... it's juicy.
It is pretty juicy.
Is it true?
Well, it's still an active investigation, but I do have grounds to make some scandalous accusations.
Get back to me once you have undeniable proof.
Challenge accepted.
Dai seemed delighted by a new goal. I groaned, knowing this was going to cause me problems in the future. We'll probably be dead anyway, so it'll be fine. Dai's gaze darted around the room in excitement, but nobody was talking.
Come on, I don't have all day. Let's get this out of the way. I've got bigger fish to fry now.
Dai stared at me intensely, as if daring me to challenge her.
Dai, you are the one who gathered us here to tell us about the new game. You are the only one currently holding yourself up.
Ah, yes. I almost forgot. Ahem. May I introduce the new game? Vampire Children.
Skip ahead. That's a good question. Seriously?
I would put my money on Yoshiki. No, wait, Katashi.
Dai, I am still waiting on that evidence.
Dai smiled menacingly at the captain. Dai suddenly zapped out of the room and broadcast open overhead, where we could all hear Dai using her best customer service voice.
We understand that you have a choice in Deletion Game carrier, and want to thank you all so much for choosing the Deletion Game service. We murder for your satisfaction, and we look forward to servicing you again this Sunday.
Okie dokie. Now what? Now it should be time for the pocket watch. I couldn't sleep. I rolled over and stared at the empty space that just last night had a warm burrito in it. Maybe, just maybe, I should go sneak into his bed this time. His presence had helped me sleep last night after all. I grabbed my blanket and pillow and wound my way down the hallway towards Yoshiki's room. I mean, she's going to be looking out for that though. Jordan? I turned to see the captain, looking the same as she always does. Does she ever sleep? Ah, Captain, how are you?
I was actually just about to rouse you to ask you for your counsel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Her eyebrow suddenly raised as if she just noticed something.
What are you doing?
I was going to go and get into bed with Yoshiki. Surprisingly enough, the captain didn't seem at all fazed by this.
Very well. Could I have a moment of your time beforehand?
Very well. I do that all the time. Yeah, of course. I trailed the captain to the bridge. I stood there, wrapped in my blanket, as the captain brought up navigation charts on the screen in front of us.
Just over a week ago.
Yes, I mean Yoshiki's bed. Oh, right, yeah. I turned deep scarlet as the captain smiled playfully before becoming immediately more stern.
What are your intentions with Yoshiki exactly?
Oh, having him there helps me sleep. The captain cocked her eyebrow. No, I mean literally, just sleeping.
Oh?
Last night he slept in my room because he didn't want to go to bed alone, and as a result I slept like a rock, so maybe...
If you sleep in his quarters, you will sleep well again?
Yeah, I find his presence comforting.
I understand.
Thank you, Captain. The captain smiled at me warmly as if she understood how comforting Yoshiki can be. Would you do me a favor, Captain?
What is it?
Are you able to let me into Yoshiki's quarters so I don't wake him up going in?
Of course. I
materialized in front of us.
Yes, Captain?
Please unlock Yoshiki's door and allow access to...
Yes, Captain.
I inclined my head to the captain as a show of thanks and headed towards Yoshiki's quarters. Now we're going to surprise him. I tiptoed across the floor, carefully rolling myself in a blanket and sliding myself in the gap next to him.
Burrito!
Huh? Yoshiki wrapped his arm around me in a tight bear hug, rocking back and forth with glee. Good morning to you too, Yoshiki.
Good morning, my favorite burrito.
Beef and cheese?
Nope. You, my favorite.
Yoshiki squeezed me so tight that I struggled to get my words out between gasps. Your burrito's gonna spill everywhere if you keep squeezing so hard.
Ah, sorry. I got too excited.
What time is it anyway?
It is a little after 10 a.m.
What? It's so late already.
Are you late for something?
Nothing in particular, I've just wasted my morning.
Well, you still have the rest of the day.
You're right, best get to it. I catapulted out of Yoshiki's bed and into a bath before heading to the lab. I took my parents' research out, laying it across multiple tables. I know. Okay, I know I can do this. I studied my tablet, cross-referencing notes that I'd taken with my parents' research notes. I was hoping that a new day would shed some light on the task. Luck was not on my side, however. Brain, why do you have to do this to me now of all times? I sighed when I realized that my outburst had made me lose my place, and I wearily began at the start of my parents' notes once more. I consoled myself with the fact that I must have missed something anyway.
How's it going, bestie?
Huh? I looked up and saw Yoshiki standing in the doorway, grinning ear to ear like a clown. Oh, Yoshiki. Hello there.
What you doing?
I was going through my parents' research notes. I had a feeling I was on the brink of discovery. Apparently I was wrong.
I know you are. Maybe you need a break.
I think you're getting breakthrough confused with break.
Well, you can't spell breakthrough without break.
I giggled at his childish logic.
Seriously, though, taking breaks is really important for progress. You've already been in here for almost 10 hours.
Wait, what? I glanced at my tablet. It was indeed 8:34 p.m. I guess time flies when you're having fun.
You were having fun?
Not really, but imagine what time it would be if I were. Yoshiki gasped.
It wouldn't even be today anymore.
Probably not.
So...
Yoshiki was clearly fishing to see if I would take a break and spend some time with him. I really shouldn't. I'm up to my neck in work. Break sounds like a great idea. Lead the way, Yoshiki, master procrastinator. Yoshiki's face lit up like he just won the lottery.
You won't regret it. I've already got a great activity planned.
Oh really? What is it?
It's a secret, silly. Come on, let's go.
Okay, give me a second. I'll pack up here. I scampered around, roughly collecting my parents' research. The pocket watch was then stored safely in my pants pocket. I patted the outside of my pocket to reassure myself.
All right, let's go.
Yoshiki seemed even more excited than usual. I wondered what on earth he'd had planned. I followed the bouncing Yoshiki down the hallway, heading towards what I surmised was the Eco Lounge. As we neared the Eco Lounge entrance, Yoshiki suddenly yanked me close to him and whispered in my ear.
Bestie, let's steal some food.
We should go get Shizuka then. What, why? What? Plus, why are you whispering? There's no one around.
We might die tomorrow, so let's eat something delicious.
Strawberries? And the whispering?
I.
If
I knew that we were stealing things, she would dob us in.
Really? And here's me thinking that she might be relatively okay with crime.
I thought so too. The first time.
What happened?
I asked her to keep watch for Katashi, knowing that she tracked everyone on the ship. and she told me that he wasn't nearby.
Uh-huh.
Little did I know that she had already notified him and was keeping watch over me while he made his way to the farm, where he caught me red-handed stealing apples.
Wow, what a narc.
Yep, so...
But she knows where we are at all times. She knows we're here right now. I followed him sneakily to the farm, looking over my shoulder a lot more than before. I think we're in the clear. Yoshiki smiled mischievously as he tiptoed toward the mandarin trees.
Do you like mandarins?
I don't think I've ever had one.
Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Yoshiki plucked a mandarin from the tree and tossed it playfully to me. Mandarins are fantastic. I snatched it out of the air and put the mandarin straight in my mouth. It was very chewy. Gotta peel it first?
You have to peel mandarins.
Yes, you do. I spat the mandarin out of my mouth. The peel's not very nice. Why didn't you warn me?
I just assumed you would peel it. It's basically a baby orange, after all.
Well, you assumed wrong. I glared at him as I peeled the mangled mandarin as best I could. I could see Yoshiki in sullen tears out of the corner of my eye.
Would you have preferred me to start you on a more simple fruit?
Like what? An apple? I blew him a huge raspberry in response.
Aw, come on. Even you have to admit it was hilarious.
No, go fuck yourself. I decided it was time for a change of subject. What's your favourite fruit?
Favorite fruit? Let me think.
Gotta be watermelon, right? Watermelon's the best. I started eating my now peeled mandarin as he gave it thought. It was pretty damn good.
Carrots!
That's not a fruit, stupid. Carrots are a vegetable, not a fruit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on. Pears.
Good choice. Why? Yoshiki seemed confused by my question.
Because they taste good?
That's as good a reason as any, I guess. Yoshiki and I spent the rest of the evening gorging ourselves on fruit and vegetables before sneaking back to my room for the evening. Pears are a good choice. Yoshiki prepared his usual burrito on the left side of the bed and, also in his usual style, was asleep in mere moments. I changed into my bedclothes and joined sweet Yoshiki in blissful unconsciousness. I felt a sudden sharp jab before my head hit the floor with a thump. Dazed and confused, I whipped my head around the room to see what was attacking me. Ow, what the... I looked up from my new view on the floor and saw that Yoshiki had performed a violent takeover of the bed in his sleep and bulldozed me off in the process. I picked myself up and brushed myself off. I went to push Yoshiki back onto his side when I noticed the eerie green light that illuminated from the room. Weird. My eyes traced the light back to its source. It was the pocket watch. The watch! The watch!
Huh? What?
The pocket watch. The lights are all green. I think it's on. Meaning at least it's doing something. Yoshiki rolled back over to avoid the bright light and returned to sleep. Trembling, I picked up the watch and held it reverently in my hands. I felt tears of joy streaming down my face. Press the button. I didn't hesitate. I pressed the button with a hope-filled heart. Go. I woke up with a swimming head for the second time in as many minutes. I found myself lying face down in a puddle of cold drool on the floor. Lovely. Ick, gross. I rolled over on my back and stared at the ceiling until the nausea passed. My room still looked the same, although strangely absent of any real feeling of warmth. I slowly got to my feet and tried to collect my thoughts. I noticed that I no longer had the pocket watch. I began to panic and started tearing open drawers, but quickly discovered it in the box along with my parents' research. That's weird, I don't remember putting it back there. I shook my head and sighed. Nothing significant had changed, so it must be yet another failure. What a disappointment. I couldn't shake the last traces of nausea, so I decided to check myself into the medical bay and take something to settle my stomach. The last thing I needed was to head into the next round of the deletion game feeling ill. I arrived at the medical bay, not expecting anyone at this hour. Still started rummaging through the medicine cabinets. Excuse me, can I help you? Molten cherry. Alarmed, I peered around the cabinet door. I hadn't expected an interruption. After all, Nicholas and Beatrix are both dead. Isn't that the developer? Pretty sure that's the developer of the game, Molten Cherry. Who are you? Interesting enough, that's exactly what I was going to ask you, but decided on can I help you instead. It's just more polite, you see. Okay, can I help you then? Haha, I don't know, can you? Who was this woman speaking in riddles? Where did she come from? She didn't seem all that concerned to find a stranger ransacking the medicine cabinet. She was disturbingly calm. What are you looking for? I feel quite nauseated. Ah, that's an easy fix. Take a seat on the bed and I'll get you some good old-fashioned bismuth subsiliate. What on earth is that? It's the active ingredient used in antacid medication for upset tummies. I sat down like I was told, while she whipped around the medical bay like a ruthlessly efficient tornado. Mind if I give you a once-over while you're here? A once-over? Just checking your vitals, you know, make sure you're healthy. Sure. That's the spirit. She moved towards me and shone a blinding light directly in my eyes. If she had a reaction to what she saw, it'd be a few seconds before I could see again to check. There's a good girl. Now open wide and say, I did so, and she had a look out of my mouth while checking my pulse at the same time. Want the good news? Sure. You appear to be human. I already knew that. Well, I didn't, so good news for me, I guess. I tried really hard to comprehend what had just happened. What was going on here? Would you still like that medicine for your nausea? Please. Great, all yours. The woman handed me a cup of water and 2 tablets. I materialized in the room. At least I thought it was I. Was she a he? It's male I again. Does the young lady here have a personnel chip?
She does. This woman's identity is unknown to me. However, she undeniably has a chip that uses the Everett's unique encryption stamp.
Huh, cool. The woman seemed more amused than surprised by the news.
Researcher aboard the Everett. Born to Deborah and Patrick.
Do you know my parents? I knew them, but I'm sorry, they died years ago, childless. I wasn't born. Apparently not in this reality. The truth hit me hard just then. The pocket watch had actually worked. It's nice to meet you, Jordan. My name is MC. I changed realities. This is a different dimension. Something else struck me about what MC had just said. Wait, you knew that I'm from a different dimension? Of course. How else would someone magically appear on the Everett, a ship floating through space, light years away from any living soul? Why didn't he tell me? Discoveries are much more fun when realized by oneself. MC smiled at me warmly before returning to I. Please inform the captain that we have a new crew member. Please don't, she'll kill me again. Wait, have you solved the dye crisis? I'm not sure I know what that is. No dye? I felt an immense wave of relief. Here at least I no longer had to deal with her. Alright, you look pretty good to me. Let's head over to the dining hall and you can meet the rest of the crew. Are Beatrix and Nicholas here? Yoshiki, Katashi, Shizuka, Kimiko? Whoa, slow down there. No to all of those but the last one. Oh, Kimiko. Kimiko's still the captain. We have the pleasure of living under her thumb every day. How many crew are there? Well, 9 including you. She signaled for me to follow her out of the medical bay. I was sure to slip the watch into my pocket before proceeding. At the dining hall, I was greeted by a sea of faces I didn't recognize. What struck me was how happy they all seemed.
It is nice to meet you. I am Kimiko Yukimori, captain of the Everett, and this is my crew.
Don't kill me.
I would like everyone to introduce themselves to...
I'll go first, Captain. I'm Zuby, the Everett's biomedical engineer. I know you. Hello, Jordan. I'm Nathaniel, and I'm the Everett's AI specialist. I know you too. Daniel, tech assistant.
It's so good to have some new blood around here. Bonnie, navigations. Charmed, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure I know you. I definitely know you.
My name is Elizabeth.
And you. And Teo. I'm a computer scientist specializing in programming. Hello, young lady. My name is Teofilo Hurtado. My friends call me Teo. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm the Everett's damage control officer.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Jordan, and I've lived on a pod most of my life. I was then sent back to the Everett, at which time the AI system became corrupted and started killing off crew members. Using my parents' research, I've changed dimensions in a hope to find a way to stop the murderous AI system. The room sat stunned in silence at my story. Perhaps they were expecting something a little lighter? My hobbies, or favourite colour perhaps? Oh, and I enjoy taking baths. Apparently that did little to lessen the tension in the room.
Oh, well...
I can see the captain attempting to analyse this new information.
I assume you arrived via the pocket watch?
I did. How did you know? I pulled the watch out of my pocket to show the crew. The lights were still all lit up green.
Your parents in this dimension explained their work to us and told us when to expect travelers before they passed.
So, you know how that works?
Not so much.
Suddenly, the watch's lights faded.
Sorry to interrupt, Captain, but we have safely navigated around the black hole.
I knew it. The black hole is what activates it, so that's 100% confirmation now that you have to be near the black hole for it to work.
Thank you, I.
So use it like a wormhole then.
As I was saying, we only know the basics.
Why isn't it working anymore? What happened?
I am unsure. But what I can say is that both Origin and the Destination Dimension must have a pocket watch. Your parents said that the likelihood that someone would travel here was almost certain if we kept this watch intact.
Wait, this watch?
Yes, what you are holding is our dimension's version of the watch.
It's not mine.
The watch cannot travel with you.
Oh. I was happy to learn more about the watches and how they work, but I was deeply ashamed that I hadn't managed to figure this out this basic information yet. So...
It would appear that, for now at least, you are an honorary crew member.
Until you kill me, Kimiko, yeah. But I have to return to save my crew.
Why not take a seat and celebrate your arrival with us and carry on with your research after a good meal and some rest?
My mind was racing, running over every scenario, but it seemed she was right. I needed to bide my time for now. You're right. Yay, welcome to the team, Jordan.
Welcome to the crew. Know that regardless of your research outcomes, you are always welcome here and will forever be a part of this crew. Cheers.
The crew ate and drank and made merry. It was a huge contrast to the previous days and weeks that I'd spent on the old Everett. The crew welcomed me, and it wasn't long before they made me feel like this was home, which was nice given that I never did get home. Okay. Alright, we're back. Don't press the button. Chapter 4, here we go. This is going to be a little bit of a long episode. Probably won't be too long once we cut it down. Just pressing the button, regardless of how happy I am, might be a mistake. I took a deep breath to consider the situation for a moment. My thought process wasn't being overly helpful, rather it was preoccupied. The watch is on, I think. The watch. Super helpful, brain. I decided to wake up Yoshiki and ask for his opinion. He would have to provide more help than my current brain. Holding the watch in one hand, I used the other to start gently pushing on Yoshiki's shoulder. Yoshiki, wake up.
Can't. Sleeping.
He simply brushed off my gentle nudges. It appears I might have to get creative. Yoshiki, the engineering bay's on fire.
What?
Yoshiki pounced out of bed in his burrito wrapping, and without hesitation ran out of the quarters in little more than his boxes. That didn't go as planned. I sat on the side of the bed, fixated on the watch. It wasn't long before my quarters door opened, revealing an embarrassed Yoshiki who was in the midst of a scolding. I could hear the captain who was in the hallway.
I do not want to see you again until you are dressed appropriately.
And
I am disappointed in you, Yoshiki.
I could see Yoshiki's eyes welling with tears as the quarters door shut behind him. He quickly became dressed and attempted to avoid eye contact with me. Yoshiki,
why would you tell me the engineering bay's on fire?
I was trying to get you to wake up.
So I could get in trouble. Thanks a lot.
I could see he was pretty upset. I didn't mean for him to get in trouble. I wanted to show you this. I passed the now glowing pocket watch over to Yoshiki. His eyes dried up immediately, and all signs of distress drained from his face as a smile started encroaching across it.
Your watch! It's working!
Yeah, I woke up and it was on. I was gonna press the button.
You can't!
What?
You can't press the button. I forbid it.
Yoshiki suddenly looked uncertain.
You are foreboded. Wait, is that a word?
I don't think so. Yes, no, maybe, I'm not sure. That's not the point. Yoshiki simply stared at me, pouting. Why don't you want me to press the button?
Well...
Yoshiki made his way over to me, sitting next to me on the bed.
You only just came into my life, and you can't just leave.
Yoshiki's eyes were filled with determination. Thanks for that. Why would I be leaving?
The watch is supposed to allow you to change dimensions, right?
Well, yeah.
So if you press the button, it might make you leave. I don't want you to leave.
Yoshiki grabbed my hands as he looked into my eyes beggingly.
Please don't press the button. Unless you can take me with you.
Yoshiki smiled warmly, but I could see his eyes were terrified that I might leave. Alright. I'll leave the pocket watch alone until I can ensure that if I press the button, I can take you with me. Yoshiki leaped forwards, wrapping me in his arms.
Thank you, bestie. I will ensure that you don't ever regret this.
I hugged him back just as tight. I could never regret spending more time with you.
So, do we have to get up right now? Or can we go back to sleep?
Does this answer your question? I started rolling myself in my blanket. Yoshiki soon followed. It wasn't long before both the bed burritos were fast asleep.
Oh ho ho ho! What do we have here?
I wiggled free from my blanket to see Dice standing at the end of my bed, smiling slyly. Di?
Feeling refreshed this morning? Or were you up all night?
What? Why would I have been up all night? Dai nodded towards Yoshiki Burrito that was still sleeping, mouth open next to me. It's not what it looks like.
Look, sister, power to ya.
What?
Really? Yoshiki?
Hey, what's wrong with Yoshiki? Yoshiki began stirring away because I was attempting to defend his honor.
Well, I guess I did already kill the most handsome man on the ship.
Yoshiki's a great man. A handsome man.
Mom, shh. I'm trying to sleep.
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but other than that...
Oh, Oedipus complex, eh? You're right. He's a keeper.
Really? Yoshiki, of all the times to half asleep call me mum.
Anywho, I'm here for a reason.
Oh?
I've come to inform you, and mummy lover over there. Your roles for this round of the Deletion Game Vampire
Mummy
Children.
lover? When does the game start?
In about 2 hours. So you'll have plenty of time to deduce.
Deduce?
You want to breed blindly with a vampire? Well, I guess your taste in partners is already questionable.
That's true. Dai, grow up.
Grow up? Look at the kettle calling the pot black. Why are you getting so upset?
Just tell me my role. Can no do. Not with him here. Fine. I'll go wait in Yoshiki's quarters where you tell him, and then please come tell me.
Why wouldn't he leave? This is your quarters.
You just call me mum. He isn't going anywhere fast unless you...
Yoshiki, the engineering bay is on fire.
Oh my god. Fire. Yoshiki shot up once again, panicked and ran out of my quarters, this time still wrapped in his blanket.
Problem solved.
Oh man, I'm gonna hear about this later. He's not gonna be happy that this happened again.
Ahem. Now, your role.
Come on, human.
Bum.
What, really?
Yeah, sorry. You have been selected as the game's vampire. Congratulations!
It doesn't feel like something I should be congratulated for.
Oh, such a naive stance.
What? Why?
Being the vampire. This is your game. Your time to shine.
How was that?
Being the vampire means you're in control, and if handled correctly, a sure victory.
Doesn't feel like that.
And it won't be with that attitude. Have some more faith in yourself. I know I do.
Really?
Yep. Still hoping you come out on top. Well, I best go deal with Yoshiki. Toodles!
Dai dissipated from my quarters, leaving me alone in my bed for the first time in days. The vampire, eh? I took a deep breath. I guess now is when I need to make my biggest decision in this game. Will I play alone, or will I get myself a collide? Let's go get Yoshiki. Alright, 2 heads are better than 1, but whose head? Shizuka would be better. Because otherwise she's going to snap us out. I mean, I have to pick Yoshiki. There's only one choice, and that's Yoshiki. I made my way to the engineering bay, where I expected to find Yoshiki flustered, trying to put the fire out that doesn't exist. Hey, Bessie, sorry that the engineering bay was bellowing smoke. Walking in made my eyes sting. Wait, there's a fire?
Just a moment, bestie. Just getting this under control.
I stood gobsmacked.
Shh, don't tell Yoshiki, but I felt bad about lying to him.
So what, you set the engineering bay on fire? Dai, what?
So I stopped lying.
By starting a fire?
Yep, I sent a surge to one of the computer consoles.
You started a fire because you felt bad.
Yeah? What, you think I would start a fire for fun? I'm not a lunatic.
Dai huffed and zapped out of the engineering bay.
All right, that should do it.
You okay?
Yeah. Just appears one of the computer consoles caught fire after a power surge.
I tried to act unaware of the situation that just unfolded. I wonder how that happened. Yoshiki just shrugged.
Surges just happen sometimes.
Huh.
Did you get your role?
Yeah, I did. Yoshiki gasped. What?
Yes!
Yes, what?
I will be your Clyde.
How do you know I'm the vampire?
Best friends, remember? We can read each other's minds. Just how you knew I was given the human role.
It's because I'm the vampire. Well, that was because
Best friends.
I just let out a frustrated sigh.
So, how are we approaching this?
I hadn't really gotten further into planning than ask you to join me.
That's okay, bestie, because I have a great plan.
Yeah?
We can just talk to each other via telekinesis during the game to ensure we strategize, but so no one else can overhear. We
but
shouldn't spend any more time together. We don't want people to be suspicious of us. I will talk to you via telekinesis once I get to my quarters.
This is not going to go well. Before I could rebut, Yoshiki had run out of the engineering bay. Did you at least put the fire out first? I let out a further heavier sigh and made my way back to my quarters. Well, shit. I sat on the end of my bed, and amusing Yoshiki's theory, waited to hear him via telekinesis. Nothing. Of course I can't hear anything. Placed my hand in my hands, and began to try to contemplate how to communicate with Yoshiki in other ways. You know, ways that work. Suddenly I appeared in my quarters.
We need to speak.
Alright, we're gonna skip this, and I'll bring you back after the server room. Alright, we are done with the server room. I quickly made my way from the server room into the hallway, which too was dark. Hello? I started making my way slowly down the hallway. Something was wrong. Captain? Yoshiki? I stuck my head in the dining hall. Katashi? Shizuka? Suddenly the silence was pierced by a scream. I ran toward the scream. I could hear my heart pounding in my ears as my brain was pleading with my legs to stop, to run in the other direction, but yet I kept running toward the scream. I wasn't entirely sure where I was anymore in the ship. My legs had simply taken me there. The room was dimly lit. I stopped suddenly. Captain? Uh-oh.
Please, help.
So the other captain did this to you? Is she gonna kill me next? Captain, what
I
happened?
killed Yoshiki.
What? Why?
Killed me.
I don't understand. You took out the other Kimiko? Nice. That means we might survive. Except Dai's gonna shut off the life support now because you're dead. She continued to stumble towards me, clenching her
I
wound.
have a knife. Please, help me. Stop me.
You have a knife? I took a step back, unsure how to process what was happening.
Where am I?
Captain?
I lost sight of me.
Oh crap, he didn't kill you? I looked around, still unable to discern where we were. I don't know where we
Not
are.
us. Me.
She was still speaking in riddles. I didn't know what to do. What do I do? I started taking more steps backward, unsure how I could help the captain, especially if she has a knife. And she killed Yoshiki.
No, I'm behind you.
Before I had a chance to turn, I felt a sudden sharp pressure on my lower back. A warm sensation was flowing from the
She
point.
doesn't appreciate you. She doesn't deserve you.
Suddenly, the pressure was twisted, and as it did, excruciating pain shot through my spine and into my legs. Ah! Suddenly, the pressure was ripped from my spine, and with it, I toppled to the ground, unable to stand. I clenched my eyes closed, and they began filling with tears. Captain?
I'm sorry.
Who attacked
I
me?
did. I also attacked me.
I felt the captain place a blood-covered hand on my own, gripping it
I'm
tightly.
sorry I couldn't protect us.
I gripped back. Mirror matches are always challenging.
Is that a joke? At a time like this?
When there's a better time, I could feel my pain fading. It was quite refreshing. My body was suddenly feeling much lighter.
Stay with me.
Jordan?
Please, stay.
Okay, well that's that. And guess what? We didn't get the fifth word, so I have no idea what to do next. We're going to wrap this one up here. We didn't even get the override thing come up. Wait, oh, there. We're here. I don't know where we're going to get the next word. We'll come into the next episode, and I will probably skip through a bunch of shit to try and find some way to get the next thing. And when I do, I'll bring you back. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.